Good morning, everybody. This is the angle we're kind of working with today because it is what it is. But welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. I have not touched this project at all. It's been a few days. It's okay. I've been thinking about it. I just haven't been doing anything about it. But where I left off is exactly here. Made this impressive tie. Anyways, goes on this guy right here. There. But yes, today I plan on working on closures. That is the plan for the day. Dan does jump. Good morning, Dan. And Will Connors is here saying good afternoon. Yeah, it's still morning. 10 a.m. is morning here, so hopefully this time works. But oh, Big Bob's Props is here. Good afternoon. Welcome. Okay, so my plan for today, like I said, is closure. So I got some hooks and eyes and some snaps. It's nice and close so you guys can see. Sorry, I shake. And I have these really cool hooks and eyes here. These are probably brands you can't get anymore. Prims, maybe. Walds. Connor. Anyways, hooks and eyes. I'm doing different closures for the different bodices. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just what I was kind of feeling. But before I can get these sewn into place, I have one more pattern piece that I need to finish. Let me get this out of the way. I swear am I hiding it from myself? I am. I really am. I have the piece that I made to go behind this piece so that if I needed to, I could expand the bodice. I have about 3 inches of give at the top that I can kind of separate things at the collar because it's going to be hidden behind here. It's just going to give more flexibility in the fit for somebody that I've never met. Based off measurements, this should be a-okay. But just in general, I like to have wiggle room. And plus, it might be worn by multiple models in the future. Yeah, Toby's right here. That's what this little cow is. And Bruno, hi Bruno, you can come say hi. Bruno is here too. Guys saying hi? Yeah, okay. If I go like this, can I put like spectacles on Toby? I can't because I can't see what I'm doing. Anyways, hi Bruno, how are you today? I swear I had a threaded needle just on the table a moment ago. I am losing everything right now. It's okay, I'm only live. But this bodice has another pattern piece I patterned for it for the inside, like I said, for the making the size a little bit more flexible. And also it gives it a little extra structure and support. It's, yeah, I don't need it right at this moment. I can still put my hooks and eyes in. This bodice, I left that out. Instead, I gave an overlap of 1 inch on one side so that it can go behind and I can snap it in place. And it does it. It's not going to have the flexibility of fit, but it's also higher and it's a weirder piece. And that's what I was thinking I wanted to do with it. And if I really needed to, I could add a placket and we can make it adjust the size from there. But I don't really think I'm going to need to adjust the size. So I think I'm going to feel a little braver with this one right now. And then I could probably attempt that one. So my plan for this one is the hooks and eyes. There is a hook side and there is an eye side. I usually tend to ignore it because it is half dozen another. But I'm trying to think of what I want the hooks on this side and I want my eyes on this side. How many do I want? I have enough that I can do as many as I want. If I do them every inch, how many would I need? What's wrong, Bruno? You okay? If I did them every inch, I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one last one on the bottom. 8. So 9. I would do 9 because I do one at the very top and one at the very bottom, and then one every inch in between. That's my plan. And I'm doing, let me think about how this hooks. If I put them on this side, they would hook that way onto the piece that goes that way. There's so many different ways you can do this. And I think I'm going to go with this way because I feel like that's going to feel the most natural to hook. Yeah. Let me just mark my position with the thread so it tailors tack it more or less. So then I can just go and hand sew them in place. I'm not going to hand sew them with the yellow. I'm just going to mark them with the yellow. Dan Does Junk says, Zach Anime Spring was awesome. And Big Bob's Prop says, nice, I'm going to a local con in just over a week's time. Sweet. It's always fun to have a place where people will appreciate your hard work and somewhere fun to dress up. And I think cons are great for that. So glad that cosplay got to get out there and go play. So sorry, I can't thread a needle and talk at the same time. Don't worry, I'm just live. The more I think about it, the harder it gets to do. There is a blue thread. Toby, sorry. Yeah. Dan Does Junk. Why wait until Halloween? I still love Halloween. It's National Dress Up Day. I feel like people would come into the costume shop on Halloween and then go, I need more excuses to dress up. We're having a 70s birthday party or a this or that dress up party. And then that's how we got regulars. But yeah, I feel like there needs to be more than just Halloween. So there's a way I can hide these, but I don't care about if they show because it's going to be on the inside and I'm only going to put the hooks on. I'm going to make thread eyes on that side. But that is the plan. So the first one goes at where the collar and the bodice meet. Just gonna mark that. Mark it an inch down. Ah. I'm just marking it. It's nothing special. Two stitches in place and then I'll cut the threads and I'll pull them out before I actually install anything. So how was your guys's spring vacation? Not vacation, but Easter break. You guys do anything fun? Did you end up making Easter baskets? I can show you guys mine, what I ended up doing. We didn't actually do a contest because it's not fun to do contests when you're making crafts. It was just everybody decorated their own Easter baskets and was happy with what they did. And I like the way mine turned out. Dang. And the very last one. All right, I have them all marked where I want to put them. I know which way I want them kind of to go. I should thread a pink needle and thread so that you can't see my stitching, even though you're going to completely see the eyes. I only need one needle. Pink thread's on my sewing machine. Ah! Big Bob's Props is dog sitting for your parents. That's awesome. That's kind of sitting. Pink thread. Okay. So, threading needles, so dramatic. I feel like if you can't see very well, it's really hard, but at the same time, sometimes I just thread needles without looking as much as it's feeling. And the harder I try, the harder it is. Okay. Start on this side and then work my way that way. I love how in this packaging, they give you 2 different types of eyes. So you have double the eyes to the hooks that you need. And I'm not even going to use the eyes part. Okay, what am I talking about? The hooks and eyes. With the hook and eye, it's those little teeny tiny hooks. You cannot even see that, but it's the hook part. And then you have the eye part. And they have 2 different shapes. They have the horseshoe shape and then they have the flat line shape. They both work. But I'm just going to do a thread eye where I'm going to make my own eyes. So I have so many extra eyes and only so many hooks. And I feel like it should be the opposite, although I'm not griping. These were free. So, but it's like when you get the shampoo conditioner ratio off and you really don't use as much shampoo as you use conditioner or vice versa. So hooks, I am going to do, so the hook is just sitting on the edge of my bodice. So you can't really see it from the front, but I am going to put a loop so it's just even with this edge. I'm working with the teeniest, tiniest thing. Can you guys even see it? Let us go as close as I can to here. Okay, we have all these eyes and we have these hooks. Right, y'all. Can it focus? Focus. There we go. I am going to So if you look at this part right here, these little holes on the end that they're stitched into to keep them, that's where I'm going to put about 4 stitches per hole on each side. And then I'm going to stitch over the hook part so it stays in place and doesn't wiggle out of place. Let me wax my thread real quick. Okay, that wasn't too hard. Danda's junk. I didn't do anything for Easter other than clean my shed. Spring cleaning. I think spring cleaning is the perfect way to celebrate Easter, in my opinion. I don't dig it, but whatever. I never like cleaning. Danda's junk. I successfully threaded a serger. Congratulations. I feel like you need a merit badge for that. Like, that is an accomplishment. Big Bob's props. I'm still trying to get power to my shed. I feel you. I feel you. Easiest way is running an extension cord. I feel that. I have my hot pink one. Okay. Let me just start doing this. Whether or not y'all can see the best, I'm trying. Not the worst. Well, Connors, I want to add solar to my shed eventually. It's slowly getting easier and easier to add solar and get solar panels and such like that. So, right? Eventually. All right, let me put this in. All right, the concentration. I just have to do this live in front of you guys. It's okay though. I've done this before lots of times. Oy. It's so tiny. The problem with the velvet is you actually have to get the under fabric. You can't just get the lofty part, and that gets in the way because it's so floofy. Three. It's so tiny. No, it's the same size that they always are. On one side, let me get the other side, but I have to get it into that under. Oh, I missed it. Get there. I find hand stitching very calming and very, peaceful when I'm doing it at work. But when it's my own stuff, I feel so impatient. But I also feel way more in control because I can really control where everything needs to be. very precisely. And now that I got both loops stitched down, I am going to take the thread and lock the hook part in place with a couple stitches. And let me do one more. Ah. All right. All right, let me tie this off. And I am going to put, yeah, I'm going to put the eye in over there for the top one so I can at least show you guys what's. Let me lock this one more time. The worst is when it comes untied. All right, let me knot this. I didn't mark the other side, but the first one is at the top where the collar and the bodice meet. Solar would be nice, but if not for my neighbor's trees. Well, trees are natural cooling. Yeah. Creative's got to be creative. Got to always find those solutions. All right. I want it to be right up there. How scientific, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple stitches to make a loop for this to hook onto. You know what? Do it slightly on the inside. And then what I'm going to do is basically crocheting over it, but it's not called that when you're sewing, over this little loop that I'm making to make it a solid loop as opposed to just some threads looped here. I know that makes no sense, but I'm making a thread eye instead of using these metal eyes that I have, even though they would be fine and you could totally use them. So now that I have a couple loops, I'm just going to pull my thread through and just start doing friendship bracelets, knots all down this little loop that I created to give me a thread eye. And then I'll have an idea if I did it too loose, too big, or like, because I don't want really any gapping, but I am going to put a piece there so it's not the end of the world. If there is a little bit, and I also have a tie blocking all of this. But ideally, I want it to line up so you can't really see that you hooked and eyed it in place. Schultz Division says, hello there. Well, welcome, Schultz Division. How's your day going? I think I can fit about 2 or 3 more in. Okay, only 1 more, not 3. Anchor this back in. Okay. Now I have made a little hook, a loop on this end. So ideally, yep, they line up at the very top, which is nice. So now there's a closure at the top. And in my opinion, I could put the loops a whole lot flatter and more on the inside, about 1/8 of an inch. But if it pulls slightly like it is, it's not the end of the world. Oh, nice. Schultz Division's just chilling, playing his guitar. Okay. I know that was invigorating, but I'm excited because now this thing is getting closer and closer and closer to being finished, because I need, for this outfit, I need to get the closures in, make the backing piece that I'm going to put on the inside of my bodice. I need to add the neck piece to my tie. And oh yeah, just finish hand stitching this last little section of the collar, because I have not like I said, I have not worked on this at all this weekend. Let me get the next hook in place, and then I will and I'm not going to go hook, eye, hook. Well, maybe I should, then I'll know that they line up. They're every inch. It's not going to be the biggest. I can do that. Twill be fine. Twill be fine. The first ones are always the hardest, and then it gets easier and easier as you get it figured out. I know a zipper would have been easier. A zipper easier? Well, yeah, a zipper probably would have been significantly easier, but I got it in my head I wanted to use hook and eyes. '45th Clown is here. Hello. Hope you all had a good weekend. Uh-huh. Guys are talking guitars. I have a ukulele. It's a pineapple one. I really like the way it sounds. Yeah. I feel like if you have an instrument that sounds good when you don't know how to play it, it makes you want to play it more, because it seems pretty on its own. One more stitch on this side. Get my basting stitch out of the way, so that I probably should have done that before I started, but whatever. Doing it now. Yeah, I'll do it before I start next one. I got both of the loops on either side of this eye threaded in, so now I'm just going to sew down the hook part of it. Two more. Schultz Division, I enjoy all my guitars. That's why I can't sell any of them. I know, you get to, they each have their own sound, which is awesome. 45th Clown, I had too much chocolate. Not aware of the concept. Sorry. Wait, who's saying too much chocolate? Big Bob's prop. Yeah, I still have chocolate left over from this weekend. Actually, I got to show you guys my tie upgrades. So, remember I was like, you guys are missing opportunities for snacks in here? Well, I have made it. Bruno here, snacks. I got Skittles stored in here. I want to get candy on this. And I have Kinder Buenos in there. I feel like I could have fit more. Just a little zipper right here and it would make it a little easier to access. Yes, it does bulk it up, but not in a bad way. I'm serious. I think utility ties would be fun. Because snacks. But yeah, the snack tie. This time, I feel like I could have made a little pocket in it, except for this thing right here. Because right here stops right after this thing, hence why this little piece is here. But where else would I keep my scissors? It's not a very good spot. Sorry, Toby. He's like, I don't like that. So keep it. Schultz Division. Oh, nice. I actually have a Gibson. Nice. I am now have sugar easily available. A utility. A utility. Honestly, a utility tie with a utility kilt. It'll be on my next run, Roy. Yeah. Schultz Division. Sorry about the guitar geeking, Felicia. No, I understand. I haven't gotten into it myself, but I can appreciate it. I have a ukulele that I absolutely love, and I like to play on it, but no, I'm not any good, and no, I'm not good at it. But I understand, like, just the sitting and strumming of a musical instrument can be very cathartic, and I can appreciate it. Geek out all the way you want. I can appreciate a productive hobby. All right, I have my mark. Let me add my next hook. Yeah. I don't know how far we're going to get today, but I am just going to pluck away because I want to get this finished and you guys get to keep me company while I do. Yeah. And the hardest part of a project is just sitting down and doing it. Theoretically, I know exactly what I'm doing, why and how, but then I have to actually do it. The utility needs a copyright. You can't copyright fashion. I know that's an interesting concept, but you've never been able to because you can't copyright a utilitarian object specifically if it has a utilitarian purpose. So like a pot that is like a pitcher for water, a lamp, clothing people wear. So in fashion, it's not necessarily you copyright your garment. You either are the first to get it out or the one that does it the best, or you copyright the logo. But honestly, if somebody else makes it and I can just buy it, I am perfectly happy. I will give you the ideas all day long. But yes, I feel like ties have been a little stagnant for a couple hundred years. As crazy as they've been, I still feel like they can go a lot more places than we've taken them. Even bow ties, and I wouldn't mind the resurgence of cravats or fancy silk scarves, you know? It's really nice that sewing on this velvet that it's just eating up the eyes and covering up the contrasting color because it's all dark, but the fibers just wrap around it and kind of just hide where I'm sewing, and only the hooks are really visible. I feel like if I hid them in the seam, I would have gotten a similar effect. Like, see, you guys can hardly see that I'm sewing. These little ants right here, so tiny. DJ Stumpy, hi all, just tuning in. How are you, Felicia? I am doing great. I am very chill. We're hand sewing today, so it's a very chill live stream. I'm putting in these little eyes so that I can finally have a garment that I can put on the mannequin without just stabbing it into her. So it's slightly more practical, you know, because the real person can't just stab. Well, you can use pins and put it on, but I'm not going to do that. Ah, got a knot. Your threads get twisted and then they knot up on themselves, and it's not a knot, it's a twist knot. Anyways, how you get rid of that is you have to just drop your needle every once in a while and let those spins get out of it. And then it doesn't knot up as fast. One more stitch. And tie knot. I feel like this is long enough to do another one, but I'm going to be struggling with it at the very end with the length, and I don't want to bother with that, so I am going to just rethread a new needle. Sometimes I will just pre-thread a bunch of needles so that I can grab them as I go, because it gets really annoying going at the last end and you're like, I don't have enough to tie. It's just not worth it. Thread's cheap. Yeah. I love that you guys are geeking out on your guitars and basses right now. Ah, I can't. There you go. Threading needles. "45th Clown says, fairly sure ties started as part of a uniform being cloth around the neck as a form of identification, was like by a king, I believe. Anything I'm told or read, though." I could see that, specifically that style tie, but men's fashion in general, like scarves of fabric around your neck, has been in vogue since, like, a cravat is a lacy one or a scarfy one. It's like a tie, a scarf around your neck, because collars were normally separated, because this is where you get all gross and you don't want to do that much laundry. So you would change whatever around your neck before you change what's under it. So naturally having scarves around the neck was fairly common. And that's the way you could add color to your face, to bring the eye up. It's very practical. Yeah, I feel like the tie is a very interesting progression of how we got to the tie specifically, and how it really hasn't changed since it's been in existence very much. It's got shorter, longer, wider, skinnier, back and forth a few times, but once it's decided its final shape, I think we've kind of stuck with it with the suit in general. But I would like to do a deep dive into the tie. I want to do that with the whole suit. I want to dissect it, because there are so many reasons why menswear is the way it is. And it makes me laugh of how simple or silly the reasons have been or are. Jeez. Okay. Okay, I was worried I was going to get Toby and Bruno are right here. Hi, Toby. How are you doing? Dan does chunks. You dive into ties and I'll dive into Thai food. Yeah, Thai food is delicious. Now I want some drunken noodles. I know that's not the only thing, but drunken noodles and anything with peanut sauce. Oh my gosh. DJ Stumpy, Croatian soldiers of the 17th century is where ties can be traced back to for European, but the more modern ones, 1920, if I recall correctly. Nice. I am definitely going to have to do some research. Because that sounds fascinating. Big Bob's Props never had Thai food. Where are you? Because that could be. I feel very spoiled being here in Sacramento because we have one of the most diverse populations there are. And because of that, we have an extremely good variety of authentic cuisine. And I feel very spoiled that I have access here in South Sac. We have Little Saigon is a whole district. Oh, amazing. Well, it is a business district that is like down the street from me, and there is some very good food all within there. Pho Andao is my favorite place for pho. Like there's 3 pho places in that same place as the Pho Andao, but that one is so good. And Thai food too. We have some amazing Thai food places. Mexican food. Like, do you want tortas? Do you want burritos? What are you in the mood for? It depends on where we go. Yeah, so I do feel very spoiled with all the delicious food that I have access to. Because when I travel, like even like when I went to Mexico, there's great Mexican food, but all the other stuff that I was exposed to just didn't exist anywhere, like pizza. Or when I went to visit family in Utah, can get great tater tot casserole, but anything Asian, it's not going to be the best, in my opinion. But that's my spiel. I feel spoiled with the amount of delicious food I live near. Winchester in the UK, I could see that. But I hear you guys have really good Indian food and curries and such. But yeah. Thai food, I highly recommend the drunken noodles. You're not going to go wrong with that. But there are so many things to order. Also like the spring rolls, but who doesn't like spring rolls? Yeah, Big Bob's Props. We have plenty of Indian food. Although going to LA, I've had some of the best Indonesian food I've ever had in my life there that I haven't found here in Sacramento. Like one of my favorite foods is mee goreng, and having authentic feeling mee goreng, it may not have been, but it was a street vendor. It was so good. Like so good. So LA, they have amazing food, like all over the place. So I have traveled places that have great places to eat, but I definitely do feel spoiled with the location I am in. Yeah, I think I'm probably just going to get these hooks in today. It's just taken me a while, but has to get done. 45th Clown is in London, so fairly good range of food. We lack Mexican food. Yes, amazing Indian. Lots of Bangladeshi. Ooh. Yeah. I am down the street from my favorite Indian food place, and I haven't been there in a year. Yeah, like they have a $5 vegetarian combo. That's my favorite. I like the spiced potatoes with that yogurt sauce, and then a mango lassi to top it all off. One more. You guys are making me hungry. I think it's just that time. Yeah. Yeah. Big Bad Wolf, custom airbrushing and decal. Thought my dog was really into your sewing. Nope, your little buddy has her attention. These little puppies right here. Bruno's right here. Well, no, Toby's right here and Bruno's right here. Oh. Bruno's right this spot and Toby's right here. So, yeah, Bruno, you're a cutie patootie. I moved the little blanket that they were laying on so that they could be closer, and I think they genuinely appreciate. They didn't like being over there. They like being here. Big Spot problem. We have any. We just got Taco Bell. Oh my gosh, we have some really good Mexican food over here, and Ecuadorian food. Oh my gosh, pupusas are so good. Yes, I live in the heart of all of that, so I definitely do feel spoiled. Let me knot this, and then I can cut it. Ah! I'm tangling myself up. Dan does junk. My wife is Lumian, which are descended from Yao people who came from southern China. Hmong is the biggest of that group, and their food is a combo of Laotian, Thai, and a few others. Yeah, I have a few friends who are Lumian. I say it wrong, I'm so sorry. But yes, oh my gosh. Family get-togethers are the best. I feel like that's where you get the best and most authentic foods. Big Bad Wolf custom airbrushing and decals. Oh no, he sees both of them. LOL. What's funny is I can put on the streams for my dogs and they just find it very peaceful. But I think it's like because they're like, oh, we're sitting down and we're just listening to Felicia while she talks to herself. As far as they're concerned. Yeah. Okay, I am in the middle, so I'm halfway there. And it's been almost an hour, so these are going to take me forever. Oh well, we're getting through this. And I'm kind of just dragging my feet a little bit because I have, after the closures are done, I have the ties. I have to make the neck, the loop parts of the ties. And I want to make this one a yellow belt. It wasn't originally part of the design, but it definitely, I think I want to make it a yellow belt. And a small pencil skirt, which may or may not be used for the photo shoot. But I definitely want to put a yellow belt with it. And then a circle skirt with this one. I don't think I want to do a belt at all for this one. Dandus Junk says, I love their kasoi, which are noodles similar to Vietnamese pho. Pho. Sorry, I say it all wrong, but I'm reading it phonetically-ish. That sounds good. You know what I really like are the punches, the bright colored punches with the, not necessarily boba, but the chunks of gelatin and other things with the sweetened condensed milk. I have no idea what that is, but that is like so good. Do you know what I'm talking about? Sometimes with those red beans in it, sometimes with green. Chunky things. Danda's Junk says, the best noodles I had we got from some dark and dank building you would never guess was for any kind of food production. Yep, as all the best places to eat here are. You guys are making me hungry. Big Bad Wolf, that is a very good question. Quick question. Can you get a lot out of a rotary blade? I hear people say that you should change them often. Sorry, off topic. Not off topic. Like, I have this certain relationship with rotary blades. I do not like using them to cut out fabric because even if I have a sharp blade, if I don't get it right, it's not my favorite to cut out fabrics with. I understand why people like them and I understand why people use them. It's not my favorite. Oh, it's not here. I have a mechanical one that's a rotary blade it's a little tiny handheld one from Ryobi. That it works for like leather, vinyl, plastic, like that kind of stuff, a-okay. But I had a electric rotary cutter for cutting out fabric at the wedding dress manufacturing, and had bigger motor and had a blade sharpener on it. That blade sharpener on the rotary tool was a game changer. Like, I have video on my phone of me using it, but so electric rotary cutter with a blade sharpener installed, and it also had a light that would turn on when we used it. That was by far my favorite rotary cutter I've ever used. It was an industrial one. It was, yes, you could change out the blades often, but you needed sharp blades for cutting lace and fabric. You could get really thick stacks and you can get into it and you can get precision, and it doesn't cut the table because there's a plate and the blade goes on top of the plate and your fabric goes in between the plate and the blade. So the blade never actually touches the table. It took me, like, my mind took a few minutes to process staring at it. Like, how am I not cutting it? Anyways, so I do like heavy duty electric rotary cutters with a built-in blade sharpener and having plenty of fresh blades to switch into. Handheld ones, it's probably better just to keep replacing the blades, but they are sharpenable. So I'm not opposed to sharpening blades, dull blades, but I don't want to bother with dull blades. Dull blades are not worth it. In a rotary cutter, they're frustrating. Sharp blades are like butter. I can appreciate a good sharp blade on a rotary cutter. And I can appreciate a good electric rotary cutter. But if I'm going to buy a rotary cutter, what I'm looking for specifically is a built-in sharpener. And then you can go from cardboard to fabric. Well, you can go cardboard to fabric, but you can use it on cardboard, and then you can also use it on fabrics. But I would use a fresh blade or use the sharpener before cutting fabric. But then, anyways, I have opinions, that's for sure. Did that help, or did I make you even more confused? Because, yeah. Yes, the Vietnamese chai or chit dessert drinks. They are so delicious. Okay, now, yeah. Anyways, I've only had those in like family settings, so I wouldn't even know where to order those from. But yeah. Ah. Bernie Davis is here saying, "Hi Felicia, how are you today? And how far are you on this project?" I am doing great. I'm attaching teeny tiny ants to it right here. Can you guys see them right here? I'm only halfway done. What are these ants? They're little hooks that are going to hook onto little eyes over here. I've only sewn one eye over here, but that's going to make it so that it closes in the front and it won't be noticeable when I'm done, which is the plan. And then there's going to be a tie on it. So that's what I'm working on today. It's not like a ton of progress, but it's going to make a significant difference in the usability of the garment, and I will feel much better about this once this stuff is done. Then this chunk you can get some from at Bamboo in South Sac. Oh, that's over by me. I will have to try that. Yes. The Bad Wolf airbrushing decals. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, no, I totally geeked out about the rotary cutter. In fact, the Ryobi tool giveaway that Odin and I were working on that we never released, that we shot the video for, was for one of those rotary tools, not the one with the sharpener, but just a handheld one that doesn't have a blade sharpener on it. And that one's not for cutting fabric. It can cut cardboard, it can cut plastic, it can do a lot of stuff, and I like it. But what I really want is the sharpener built into my rotary cutter. That is like the number one thing that I'm looking for, and the number two thing is the guide light. I know it's a stupid thing, but when you're looking at right where the rotary cutter and the fabric, like, it's a very small surface area of where it actually cuts. That's why you can be so precise with the rotary cutter. But, and that light just, even in a bright room, helps. It really does. I know it's stupid, but those are the two things that I look for. I haven't bought a rotary cutter yet. Secretly, I'm hoping that Ryobi but releases the one that I want. I love it. Yes, Bernie Davis. It's like a Sailor Moon magic girl outfit. It also gives me Jetson vibes. Totally getting Jetson vibes from it, especially with the way this circle skirt's going to be for the pink one. Yeah. My local Indian restaurant used to do all you can eat buffet for $10, 10 euros, but would cheat by whacking the heating up even in summer so no one could get past 2 plates. I feel that there's this all you can eat Mongolian barbecue place. I had never gotten past a bowl. Like, you can eat as much as you want, but geez, I have never even just gotten past. They don't even have to turn up the heat. Yeah. Starting to get my groove on with these things, like actually like have a rhythm to it. I say that and then I can't stick the needle in. Big Bad Wolf custom airbrushing and decals. I was curious because I'll be making a whack Batman action figure capes for McFarlane Figures. Food and food talk makes me want brunch number 2. Right, all the food talk is making me very hungry for sure. Making a bunch of teeny tiny capes. I could see, yeah, sharp rotary blade, but you can also, yeah, you're probably going to be better with a rotary blade than an X-Acto knife, because an X-Acto knife, the fabric's going to shift around on you. Like a rotary blade would be a better tool, but ultimately I probably would just use scissors because I like using scissors personally, but I know it's not for everyone. Danda's junk. I remember going to Mongolian barbecue and laughing at how little food I had when they put it on the hot plate. Yeah, when they start mixing it up. Like you smell. Anyways, yeah, and you can get more, but I can't finish it all. That's delicious. Okay. Now I'm past halfway. We're a whole hour in. I haven't gotten all these threads, these eyes sewn on. This stuff takes time. That is for sure. Bernie Davis, the dining hall I work at my local college is all you can eat, but if you're not a student, you'll be $18 to eat there. You guys are just making me hungry today. That's okay. I do like food. Apparently I can talk about it. Just trim off my little marks. My next little hook. Big Bad Wolf airbrushing and decals. Food thoughts with Felicia. Talk to me right before lunch. I'm like starving. My mind is definitely on food. Big Bad Wolf custom airbrushing and decal. Need to shorten my name. LOL. I can get this off. Don't worry, I'm just live. Struggling. It's okay. DJ Stumpy. Here's George Jetson. Yep, very much giving me Jetson vibes. I like it. It's very retro futuristic. Bernie Davis. Milk and Pepsi taste like a float. Try it some. It's good. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm that brave. I do like a vanilla Dr. Pepper though. Those remind me of kind of a float. I am a big fan of root beer floats though. I have done I'm over halfway done and I start sewing this in the wrong direction. Look at me, I can't multitask and sew at the same time. Can I just adjust this? Actually, I can. Okay, I'm gonna 2 stitches in. I can adjust this. I'm glad I caught myself. I was like, wait, this doesn't feel like all the other ones I just did. Why is it different? I turned it around and put it on backwards. It's okay. I make human mistakes. Ah. It's quiet. I'm getting work done. Milk, Pepsi, and tequila. You get a paralyzer. That sounds even awfuler. 45th Clown, milk and Pepsi seems morally wrong. It really does seem like an odd combination, but I'm not going to yuck your yum. Big Wolf Custom Airbrushing and Decals, Canadian favorite drink. Don't forget the ice and the cherries. I like ice and I like cherries. The only thing it doesn't seem like it would work is the milk. Maybe if it was actual cream, I'd be more down. Milk and Pepsi was Penny Marshall's favorite drink. Oh, that makes more sense. Ew. Big Goosebumps props. I think it's time to crack open a bottle of black velvet. Why black velvet? We have so much pink and blue velvet here. No, I'm joking. Got velvet on the brim for sure. Ah! I can do this. I've only done this so many times. "45th Clown. I'm not adventurous with my drinks, it seems. Oat milk latte is my limit." 45th Clown. Black velvet. Isn't that a champagne and Guinness? I thought it was an actual drink. I thought it had like a whole song to it. Black velvet, if you please. Like, in that soul Southern style. Smooth Southern style. A new religion that'll bring you to your knees. Black velvet, if you please. Those songs are now, those lyrics are now in my head. Big Bob's Props Notes, Canadian whiskey. I didn't realize it was Canadian. I have another one on. Yay. I have 3 more to go. Slowly getting there. Want this. I'll suffer. One more out of this needle thread. Bernie Davis. I could go for a golden Cadillac. Dandis Jones. I like fruity drinks. I'm heavily flavor based. Big Bad Wolf. Airbrushing and decals. Caesar then. Vodka, Clamato, Worcester sauce, lime juice, and seasoned salt around the glass rim, and a celery stalk to stir. That sounds like what I thought a Bloody Mary would be, but yeah. I do have coffee. Shh, don't tell. Hopefully I won't spill it. As long as I have a ton of cream and sugar, I'm pretty happy. Hi, Toby. I'm not moving. Oh, he got the plates. All right. 3 more and I'm done. These teeny tiny dots. Ta-da! This is what this stream is about today. It's okay. I'm going to get through this. And then it's going to be gorgeous, and then I'm going to be happy. And then it's going to go off in the world to go make art. Bloody Mary is tomato juice? I have no idea. I just thought that that's what it is. The only Bloody Mary I've ever had was the Jelly Belly flavor, honestly. It's okay. I got this. DJ Slumpy says, so looks like I'll be sacrificing that suit I mentioned the other week. So as tracing the arms is proving difficult because of how the seams are done, unless you have a tip. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Because I can help you with this. No, that's the wrong one. No, not that one. I have one for a sleeve. That's the front, that's the back. I had it. Here it is. Ta-da! This is the anatomy of a sleeve. From here to here is your sleeve length. If you can see, there's lots of dots right up here. So the idea is you find your size and then you kind of trace it to make your sleeve shape that you kind of need. But since you're basing it off of a sleeve that you are copying, right here's your armpit, right where it starts to go change the shape. So if you have your suit on and you measure where the armpit is, this is like a terrible shirt for this. Hi, Toby, I'm just whacking you with the paper. So from that armpit to your shoulder is your cap height, the height of your cap of your sleeve. So that's going to help you decide how tall to make this bell. Now, it's kind of a straight line from under your armpit up your sleeve. So when you are lying the shirt down, you're kind of going up the side before you go over the bell. So you're taking a shape that's turned inwards and flattening it out is what you're trying to do. And so the curve of your armhole is going to match the curve of your sleeve. But the armhole goes around and the sleeve makes this crazy bell shape. So your goal is to get, oh, I'm hooked. I'm stuck. There we go. So your goal is to get your armhole, kind of trace that shape where it's kind of going up to the armpit is going to be this part of your sleeve. So this is this part of the armhole and it should kind of fit. And then you turn it inside out to get the height that you need to go. And understanding your goals will help you understand where you're trying to go and what you're trying to achieve. So if you can trace that armhole down onto pinning through your suit, then you transfer the curve, and instead of going around the armhole, you go into your bell. I hope that helps. So even if you are going to sacrifice the sleeve to get it to be that shape, you're still trying, that's the ultimate goal, and you can figure that out with measurements. And especially having the original garment. The biggest thing you want to copy is the armhole shape. I may have made you more confused. Feel free to ask more questions. Okay. Bernie Davis, Bloody Mary is a can of V8 and vodka. See, that's where I was thinking. Yes. Bernie Davis, I see Toby under the table. Yeah, Toby is here and Bruno's right here. He's like, I hear there's scratching. My head shall be in it. Trying to... I should pay attention to what I'm doing. Almost turned this thing around backwards because it got hooked on my sleeve earlier. I can do this. Don't worry. I'm just live. Hmm. 45th clown. When you describe things, I scuttle off to my wardrobe to find examples. Right? Like, what is she talking about? Do I have a suit jacket nearby? I have a coat nearby. Just trying to think of what's inside. I think it'll really be fun to do a deep dive into a suit. I am looking for a sacrificial suit myself. My little brother said he would help me out with one, so I have to go get a hold of him and go pick it up. But I think it'll be fun to really do a deep dive into a suit. Yeah. Pull out all my books about tailoring and suiting and history and doing all of that kind of fun deep dive. Geeking out on fashion, you know? Because I love working in menswear. I love how simple and complicated it is. Deep dive will be amazing. Yeah, I'm getting excited about it. I definitely am. Because pull a tie apart, I could totally figure out how I could add a pocket into a tie pattern. I've sewn a couple ties in my life, and I've sewn enough to know that it is not worth it to sew a tie when you can buy one for cheaper, probably in a better color match that's already perfect. Like, it's not the end of the world. I've done it and I'll do it again if I have to, but my conclusion is you generally don't have to. Yep, Dan does junk. It's simply complicated. It's so simply complicated. Like, it's so simple. Like, it is so incredibly simple. But if you don't do the simple things, there's complicated reasons why they have to be so simple, if that makes sense. Menswear, simply complicated. Complicatedly simple. Don't forget to hold your breath when you dive. Do deep dive. I'm really gonna just torture myself, aren't I? I have 2 more left. All right, I'll rethread my needle. That's too short. Last 2. Yeah. So if you want to kind of have a general idea of how deep of an armhole that you need, just randomly off topic, but kind of on topic because I'm thinking about the sleeve pattern, is your ideal armhole depth is bust divided by 6 plus 1. What? Yeah, no, it's your bust divided by 6 plus 1. And then when you get into menswear, they tend to add 2 or 3. They drop the armhole so that you get more variety of fit, but it's also looser so that you have the ease to move in it. But the higher up your armhole is, the more movement you're going to have, or the looser your armhole is, the more movement you have. But, hi Bruno, am I ignoring you? You have fuzz on your nose. Just drop that on Toby. Oh, there's Bruno. Okay. I need to thread my needle. Bruno, I'm sorry. That's not a good excuse. No. Okay, DJ Stumpy, cheers, Woody, a wave of air went over my head, lol. So measure the height of the shoulder to my armpit. How do you get the width? What I noticed with my suits, it seems to be sized different to, say, a shirt. Yes, because it has to fit over your shirt. So the armhole depth plus 1 gives you kind of where it needs to be. In suiting, they probably drop it about 2 or 3 inches for the armhole depth. So you have the movement to get your arm in there and movement to lift and move things around. And it's going to have the ease of, so you want to know how wide to get it. So you measure around the armpit. Like, if I wanted a fitted sleeve where it is at my arm's width, this would be great for a stretch knit. You would do it at the actual measurement. Now, if you did that out of a woven fabric, you're going to have no movement whatsoever because it'll just be too tight if it is at your bicep measurement. So you need to add the ease into it. The jacket that you're probably copying, if you measure around the armpit from seam around to the seam, you might even want to put it on and have somebody help you measure it. And you can then measure your bicep, and the difference between that number is probably going to be about 3 inches-ish. And kind of give you a reference of where you need to be on how wide the armpit length is. So what I would do is draw a line, a T from the top of your sleeve all the way down to where you want it to finish at your wrist, or however long the suit's sleeve is. And then draw a perpendicular line to the T right at the armpit. So measure down the sleeve cap at the armpit, and then armpit is the bicep plus ease, so whatever the width you need to go around it. And then you kind of follow the curve of the armhole to where it starts to go to the front on both sides, and then it bells up into the top of your sleeve. I know there's different ways to do it, but you're copying an already existing garment. So I hope that helps a little bit. Ooh. The suit I'm copying is an Asian style with a Chinese collar. I think it's called a Mandarin collar. For Imperial, I can't read that from here. Officer. Rimmer's jacket in Reddorf. I know my goal. Yes, yes. Knowing your goals helps. Oh, Woody was meant to be a whoosh bloody phone. But yeah. Okay, so having a pattern with the armhole and sleeve cap pair is very helpful. Okay. One more hook and eye. Whoops. Okay. So many threads. Where's my hook and eye? I mean, my needle and thread. Okay. Getting towards the bottom here. Bernie Davis at Danda's Junk. I'm repainting an old playset from childhood. Do you know what makes a good brick colored paint? At Bernie Davis, maybe something reddish brown, or if you're going for a red brick color. Color matching is always interesting because I can tell people who know what they're doing, but I'm not necessarily it. I love it when people can pick up undertones on top of regular tones. I can't talk and work at the same time. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. Got it. No, I don't. That's backwards. Don't got it. That's how it goes. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I have 2 more. There you go. Bernie Davis says, okie dokie, I'm repainting a firehouse plate set. Well, the question is, are you matching a color that's already on it, or are you making it your own version of brick color? Because if there's a color already on it, you can go to Home Depot and have them color match it and get a little sample size. You can buy the teeny tiny sample size of any kind of latex paint, because you can get anything color matched, but they can't color match off of a phone. So if you can bring the thing in, or have a sample, or get a printed out piece that matches the color, or find a swatch that is as close to the color as you can get, you can buy a tiny little sample tub of the right color, which should be more than enough for a small project. So as somebody who's had to color match weird things before, Home Depot is amazing at doing that, but I need to trim my nails. The thread cut into my nail. Anyways, so it will be more expensive than buying one of those small little acrylic paints that you can get like in the art department and stuff, and mix your own colors. You can just have the professionals do it. Depending on your accuracy, you may have to get I wouldn't leave Home Depot until the paint sample, you know how they put a little bit of paint on the top till it's dry, because the color will change a few shades once it's dried. Yeah, because they won't do a refund if you've left the building, but they'll keep redoing the color if you're still, before you buy it. So if you need a color match, Home Depot is great at that. Bernie Davis, making it look like the actual Hook and Ladder 8 fire station in New York City. Well, then, if you can print out a picture and see if you can color match the picture, it might be a good way to go about that. 45th Clown Smart, what was the weirdest thing you've color matched? The hardest thing I've color matched was gray. So I did a music video where everything was painted gray, and then it all had to go from gray to black while we were filming. It was, you can look it up, it's on YouTube, AFI Get Dark. So I had to color match the suits that they were wearing. And the suit gray, when I color matched it, ended up being too dark. So I ended up eyeballing that one, because like I said, the suit gray was just way, way, way too dark. We ended up doing a lighter one. And then I don't know how they found me, IDKHTM. Anyways, their music video, Do It All the Time. That orange I was specifically told light red, and I'm like, what is light red? You know? And that one I was given a swatch that I had to color match, and it needed to be a matte. That one I had to wait till it dried, because the colors changed once the paint dried, and the finish definitely affected the color. Like I did the flat, I remember, for that one. But those are the biggest like color matching challenges that I remember dealing with. Yeah. Danda's Junk Felicia's, it's the Ghostbusters headquarters. Ah, Oh, there you go. That one just went over my head. Ah. All right. Toby, why are you crying? There's no need to cry right now. You know what Toby's crying about? He's like, we're over here. I have a comfy couch I can go lay on over there. Why don't we go over there? And you do that thing that you're doing over there. Yeah. Okay. I have one more of these doohickeys to get in here after this one. Let me just lock it in place. Danda's Junk says, I'm a bit under the weather, but I might start on making a glowing scythe. Yeah. I like crafting even when I'm like not feeling the best because I feel like I can accomplish little projects. But I don't like being live while I'm crafting when I don't feel good. It's too hard. And very intimidating, not gonna lie. Lock this in place. Oh, there you go. 45th Clown. The song was called I Don't Know How They Found Me. Got confused. Don't Know How They Found Me. Do it all the time. I also did They Don't Know How They Found Me. Geez, I have to go back. It's been so long since I've worked on these projects. And also yesterday at the same time. Big Bob's Props hope to wrap the handle of a sword later. Oh, nice. Are you going to wrap it in leather or fabric or athletic tape? What materials are you going to use? I'm curious now. Because it all depends on the sword and its use. Leather is an all-around, works amazing. Pleather's all right. Athletic tape is very practical. Last one! Yay! I feel so excited. This is probably going to be the hardest of them all because it always is. The last inch, the last little stitches, the last one of anything. Big Bob's Props fabric, Japanese style. Nice. I like those hilts. We had a bunch of at the costume shop. Ah, stay. Danda's Junk hook up with Jerry King Bosley. He has meters of fox leather. He does, doesn't he? But that stuff can go really quickly. Ah. I wrapped the handle of my mallet I made with leather and it made it good. Fabulous. Right? No, a good leather wrap really does help. Like, makes it a comfortable grip in the hand, not gonna lie. But I also do like fabric, and I also do like athletic tape, like the stuff you wrap hockey sticks with, too. That athletic tape. That stuff's great. Last one. Hooray. I'm so excited about this. Just part of the project. Gotta get done. Thanks for keeping me company while I worked on this. Yay. Dan's junk. No problem. Thanks for streaming. Big Bob's Props, you're welcome. Yes, thank you guys very much for being here. I am enjoying the company because I have to do a tedious task anyways. I have the top loop of my other side already figured out. Hi, Toby. How you doing? Let me hook it and then mark where I want the bottom one. I'm going to mark these ones this side with pins just because I'm going to make my life a little bit easier. Right there. Right there. There. Dan does junk. I'm just continuing furnishing / decorating my video game house. Oh, nice. Aren't you doing like Final Fantasy 14 for your living room or something like that? No, Toby, not right now. You're stuck in here with me till I'm done. I'm sorry. Just is the way it is. Ah, pinned my hair into there. I have stabbing marks on the side where my hooks are on this side. You can't see them from here, but my little ants. You guys can't see them, and I love it. This camera can't see them, the other camera. Hopefully it doesn't pick them up. Bernie Davis, even though I got here late, I still enjoy talking with everyone. We are a weird little YouTube family. Right? I definitely enjoy this little community. All right, let me just do the bottom loop. And stitching. So exciting. Like I know is that gonna be where I want it to be? Yes, okay. So the way that I'm doing the eyes, I'm not using the eyes on this thing. I am making my own thread eyes by looping it through twice the size of the eye that I want. So about this size. And then I am wrapping that in thread after. That's just a piece of string. I figure I'll do the top one and bottom one before I end the stream so that you guys can at least see it fit, like, hold together on its own. So I'll pull it through, tie a knot like I'm making a friendship bracelet, and put it where it needs to be. I like thread loops because they're a little bit more invisible because they're the same color as the thread, and if it matches your fabric, it can just completely disappear like it does here. It's just my personal preference today. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I'm making it up as I go. Big Bob's props. I've been putting off getting the vacuum cleaner out as long as possible. I feel you on that. I honestly prefer shop vac. Dan does junk. Yeah, there's 2 floors. I haven't done anything to the bottom floor yet. Yeah. Bernie Davis, Mario warp pipes. That'd be fun decor. Video game house. Yeah. Oh, I saw the Mario movie over the weekend. Did anyone see it? I won't do any spoilers, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I really, really liked that movie. I would see it again. I saw it IMAX, but now I want to go see it IMAX 3D. All right. One more. Pull through. All right, let me see if this one lines up. There we go, perfect. And the top one, I have the pins a little bit in the way, but I have the top hook and eye and the bottom hook and eye. I'm gonna do a couple more hook and eyes, but look at it, it's solid and it's together, flapping around. But yes. Bernie Davis, I saw it on opening day. It was fun movie. Bowser singing about peaches was enjoyable. That's my favorite part. Peaches, peaches, peaches. Yeah, absolute. My favorite part was Bowser and the Peaches song. I'm gonna just try this on real quick because I want to see now, like actually wearing it without stabby pins in it. Well, there's still stabby pins in it, but hook and eye, and hook and eye. So once all the other hooks and eyes are in, those will get held in place. But I think it's going to be great. And then this goes right. I think this is going to be fun. I lost it. That's the pin I lost. Let me go mark it real quick before I put it up on there. Okay, it's all marked. Danta's junk. I haven't seen it yet. I want to. Wow, it's really coming together. Big Box Pops. I haven't been to the cinema in 6 months. I haven't been in forever, but you know, I feel like Mario was a movie worth going for. It's harder to do it from the outside than it was to do it from the inside. There you go. Okay. There you go. And I'll put those hooks in so that it lays flat. Okay. I think I'm at a good stopping point. Yes. For today's live stream, at least. Danta's John Glass movie I saw in theaters was Top Gun Maverick. I have not seen that one yet. Was it any good? Yeah. Bruno, are you ready? Are you all done? Come here. Let's say goodbyes. Come here. Want to say goodbye? Come on. Toby's ready to say goodbye. So thank you guys for joining me today. I know I took a little break there for, oh, I never actually showed you guys my Easter basket. So everybody was given that cardboard basket. And this is what I ended up making. Covered it in, I wove yarn all in it. And then I covered it in paper daffodils because those are my favorite flowers. And got some delicious Ferrero Rocher chocolates. So I thoroughly enjoyed my Easter basket. It's a little tape thing. I was going to finish the inside of this with some little grass, but I only spent an hour on it, so it is what it is. You know, I think it looks adorable. I think you're adorable too, Bruno. Yes. 45th Clown, thank you again. Enjoyed as always. Danta's junk. Yes. Wow, that's awesome. Well, thank you. So, yep, this was my paper Easter basket thing that I made up when we were decorating Easter baskets. No rhyme, no reason, but daffodils are my favorite flowers, so figured why not. Danta's junk. I know you can just keep going and suddenly the party's over. Bruno, Toby, Spooky, and Felicia, have a nice day. I'll catch up on the flip. I'll catch you on the flip flop. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, Bruno, I have to click on stream and then we can have attention. So thank you guys. Appreciate every one of you guys being here. Appreciate the company while I work on the project. Yes, I will try and let you guys know when I'm going to go live. I want to finish up this project. Yeah, so keep an eye for when I'm going to go live next. Have a great day. Stay safe. See you all out there. Make some awesome things, okay? Good luck and see you next time. Bye. All right, I've got to end the stream. Bruno.